Nigerians, please come and carry your brother and go. Nigerians, come and carry Portable and go. So, Chris Brown went to South Africa and performed 42 songs. When I did a video about that, some of my Nigerian friends came and tagged me under a Facebook post where Portable was performing, I think somewhere in Nigeria. And they told me that Portable can do better than Chris Brown if given the chance. And I was like, guys, wait. I want you guys to watch the video of Portable performing and you tell me, can Portable go to South Africa and give the same energy as Chris Brown gave in South Africa? Wait, just watch this video and leave your opinion under the comment section. But
Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Uncle P with another episode of Uncle P's podcast. Well, guys, listen. Guys, now, pick one. I always bring receipts on everything that I put here. Always. And a lot of people like to come here and they like to challenge me and they like to question my content. Like, hey, Uncle P, I don't agree on Uncle P, this and this. So, one of the things that usually comes on the podcast is South Africa is in massive debt, over 140 billion, and that is only external debt. Over 50% of the citizens have no jobs, they rely on grants, hence that is why the government borrows. But instead of the youth to make themselves useful, they go on social media to chat and stuff that is non-beneficial to them. That's not true. You know, it's funny how Nigerians would accuse South Africans of things that South Africans don't do. South Africans are a very focused country. But I like to bring receipts, so I need to show that these accusations are not true. Furthermore, it goes, fix your country. In 2022, the World Bank classified PDF South Africa as the most unequal country in the world and listed race and the legacy of apartheid and missing middle class and highly unequal land ownership. As the major drivers, about 10% of the population controls 80% of the wealth, its report said, which is that white Africans, LOL, poor having a superior complex is just laughable. Hey, Baba. So I read all these comments, I'm like, okay, last one. Fact about Nigeria, debt is GDP ratio is 49%, very stable. South Africa, 74% worse. I don't know where they get these numbers from. Nigeria is the most indigenously run major economy in Africa, with Nigeria owning 7 Pan-African banks in top 20 African countries. Sharp. Now Uncle P is like, you know what, man, I've read your guys' comments. Uncle P now needs to bring receipts. Okay? I need to bring my receipts. First receipts I want to bring is evidence. And little people like to borrow money in different countries because they are broke. You know, I want to borrow, you want to borrow. So I'm going to put a top 10 list of African countries that owe money to a specific country. I want to see where each country ranks. And let's see who comes out number one. Okay, let's do this. Okay, guys, let's watch this.
Which countries owe China the most in 2025? In 10th place, Nigeria owes China $4.29 billion, mostly for rail and
Okay, guys, somebody sent me this video and said to me, you guys like to trick me. And they said to me, Uncle P, watch this video talk about this video without watching it first. Top 10 countries that owe China money. If Nigeria is number 10 already, which is the least, that means South Africa is the most. Why did you guys set me up like this? Okay, listen guys, I'm a fair person. Nigeria is number 10, that means South Africa is going to rank higher. Let's check.
energy projects. In 9th place, Egypt owes $5.21 billion, mainly for energy and infrastructure projects. In 8th place, Laos owes $5.25 billion, primarily for transport and energy projects. 7th place goes to Bangladesh, with $6.05 billion in debt, largely directed toward infrastructure development. In 6th place, Zambia owes $6.08 billion, primarily for mining and energy-related projects. Coming in 5th place, Kenya owes China $6.69 billion, primarily for infrastructure projects such as railways and roads. While ranking fourth, Ethiopia has accumulated $6.82 billion in debt, largely direct.
Okay, guys, we're already on number 4, and they haven't mentioned South Africa, and now I'm worried. That means South Africa might be in the top 3. I feel like this was a setup. But I'm an honest person, so let's watch.
Directed toward energy and construction projects. Taking the third spot, Sri Lanka owes $8.84 billion, with most of the debt tied to large-scale port and airport developments. In second place, Angola owes China $20 billion and $98 million, mostly through oil-backed loans used for rebuilding.
So Angola, my country, is in second place. That's how much money they owe China. That's no wonder China, there's a lot of Chinese in Angola and they own most of the land there. So that means South Africa is number 1 because there's only one spot left.
Infrastructure. Finally, in first place, Pakistan tops the list with a massive $26.6 billion in debt, driven by investments under the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor.
South Africa is not in the list, but South Africa, you people, where you borrow your money from? Nigeria. The accusations of... Okay, so that means South Africa... You see, guys, sometimes when you accuse countries of things, when you start saying nonsense, you start looking for stats on the internet, you must do proper research. There. South Africa doesn't even owe China money. So, and one of the other arguments is the fact that South Africa does not own their own land. That it's owned by the white people.
We've got an exclusive investigation for you tonight. The president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, has begun, and you may have seen this in the press, seizing land from his own citizens without compensation because they are the wrong skin color. That is literally the definition of racism. I thought the whole point of the new South Africa, and the reason the rest of us were excited to see it in 1994 take shape, is because it rejected racial discrimination. And yet the government is now embracing it, or am I missing something?
No, in a free and civilized society, we don't take people's stuff on the basis of the color of their skin. It was wrong when it took place under apartheid. It is wrong now, and it would be a tragedy if South Africa were to repeat the same mistakes it did in the past.
Yeah, we are color. They are crying. Guys, you see the thing is that when the tables are turned, all of a sudden it's racism. All of a sudden. So, if that video didn't make any sense, allow me to make it make sense.
It has just been confirmed that the expropriation bill has been signed into law by President Cyril Ramaphosa. This bill allows for the expropriation of land without compensation. This bill also allows expropriation without compensation in certain cases if it is in public interest. This bill is strongly opposed by parties currently in the GNU, such as the DA and the Freedom Front Plus. Other parties include the IFP and civil rights organizations such as AfriForum, Solidarity, etc. This bill will cause massive havoc in South Africa and will test an already crumbling GNU. But it is important to note that expropriation may not be exercised unless the expropriating authority has, without success, attempts to reach an agreement with the owner or holder of a right in property. Several parties and organizations have already pledged to take massive legal action against this bill.
Stories! Guys, listen. While people are making noise there, you see one thing that South Africa has understood. They understood that doing things with too much noise causes a lot of noise. Cyril Ramaphosa is playing chess, guys. Right now, I am Cyril Ramaphosa's biggest critic. But right now, Baba is playing chess. Guys, while they are accusing us of not owning land, we are collecting it. We are collector. Come talk shit now. Come and talk Masipa. The land is being collected. So who owns what now? Who has power? See, the problem is, guys, come with receipts. Don't just talk nonsense. Come with receipts, Nigerians. In your country, only 24% of your people own land. And only 5% of them have title deeds. That means 19% They own land, but it's not theirs. And the rest of the country is just renting from Tinubu. And then you want to come and talk nonsense here. Guys, our message is being heard. South Africa is doing things. In the next couple of episodes, I'm going to show you how there are more jobs for South Africa now, the opportunities now, and things are now happening. You know what, man? I wanted to keep this video for the next episode, but let me play it now so that I can just put a smile on your guys' face, okay?
Joseph Michael, a Nigerian shop owner who's been living in South Africa for 5 years, is leaving because he fears for his safety.
You know, some of us will be airlifted tomorrow to leave the country. There's a plane that's leaving tomorrow. People are taking verification now if they will be on the plane. So that's what we've just done now. It's really sad, you know, for my black brothers, South Africans, to ask me to get out of the country.
It's a similar fate for Kennedy. After all he's lost, he's vowed never to return.
The truthful aspect of it is that most Nigerians, they are not comfortable with the recent development, and I think most of them are closing down their business. Unlike me, I am leaving. Most of my properties were gone down. Most of my properties were burned. I lost a lot of money and properties there in South Africa.
Last week, the Nigerian Foreign Affairs Minister announced that those who wanted to return would need to provide their full names, villages of origin, next of kin, contact number, copies of their passports or identity documents, as well as 2 passport photographs. The owner of Airpeace Nigeria, Chief Alan Onyama, volunteered his planes to assist his countrymen, a costly gesture with little clarity at this stage of who will foot that bill.
Because of this situation, everyone is confused. They don't know what to do. And if they apparently go back to Nigeria, they won't find life easy. That is why people are running out.
I've been in this country for the past 3 years. And believe with me, sister, it's been a whole lot of 3 wasted years. I'm happy going back to Nigeria because I know I can open up a new frontier.
Home Affairs is working with the embassies of various African countries whose citizens want to return to their motherland, but has made it clear that it is the responsibility of those embassies to document those departing citizens who are here in South Africa illegally. Nozintombi Mia, SABC News, Johannesburg.
There we go. We are cleaning the country. They are finally leaving. Guys, the internet is making noise. Everything that we are doing, our voices are being heard. We must not be silenced. I'm telling you, the GNU is falling apart to such an extent that parties now, they are waking because they know the next election is going to be messy. And I will explain to you guys exactly why. I'm your boy Cupcake, guys, and thank you for the support and always watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace!